Hey guys, thank you for watching. So I've been using this brow routine for a while now, and that's the reason why I wanted to share it with you guys. And it's just a few steps and very simple ways of doing your brows. I know brows is such a hard thing to do for other people, and it was a hard thing for me also like a while back, but then I got the hang of it and now I know how to do it like perfectly. It's just like a few second thing for me now. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say. And you guys can see like it looks it's really good and really easy to do actually. If you guys want to see how I got this, please keep watching. First of all, I know the struggle of doing your brows, like oh my god, I used to go through this struggle so much until I just stopped like filling in my brows. Like I can't take that. Like it used to take like 5 minutes of my time until I just used to be like, just leave it alone, there's no point, I'll just like brush it through and that's it. As you can see, my brows are quite thick already. I mean, they don't need much of filling in, but they do need a little bit. Though you guys might have second thoughts about this one, just give it a try and trust me, you'll not regret it. I'm going to be showing you two types today that I know many of you might be using one of them and might be liking. But I'm going to show you the one that I prefer at the moment, and maybe you guys can give it a try and maybe you guys might like it. So there are these two here. Actually, this is just a eye pencil, but I'm just going to use it as an example so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. So this is the one I love. I've been loving recently, although it's just like a drugstore one. It's not really high-end, but Anastasia has come out with the high-end one, and oh my god, I've been seeing people raving about it like as expected. I mean, I expected it because look at this. This is amazing and it's so cheap, and the Anastasia one might be way better obviously. So first I want to show you guys this one. So this is the kind of tip that people like using, like the round one that people also use on their waterline and also prefer it on their brows, and they actually think that that one is the best, but let's see. And this is the one I prefer at the moment, but I actually got scared when I saw it because I was like, nah, it might not work. But it did. So this is the brow definer, and this one is by Fairy Girl Eyebrow Pencil, and it's the twist up. So that is how it looks like, and it's kind of thick from the top and it's kind of like flat from here, and like has like straight up points so that you can even line your under whatever properly and perfectly. It looks kind of thick, that's why I got scared. I was like, no, if I put it I'm gonna get overboard, I'm gonna have those thick brows. I already have thick brows and I'm gonna have much thicker ones. So like, no, let me not get it. But I got it eventually. I wanted to try this one before I go for the Anastasia one because I wasn't really sure if it's gonna work for me, although I'm totally going for the Anastasia one now. So that's it. Let's just get into the tutorial. So as you can see, I've already done the rest of my makeup. I put my lipstick and everything. The only thing that's not done is my brows, though they look done, but they're not done. They're so thick, I can't do anything about them, but I love them. Honestly, I personally love thick brows compared to thin brows, but sometimes it suits other people. Thin brows suit other people more, and thicker suit other people more. So it's just how you prefer it. So the first thing I want to do is I'm gonna take this Bobbi Brown spoolie. But first of all, let me just tell you guys that this brow definer is so much more simpler to apply and so much more faster, as in it really saves your time, because if you go with the thinner one, you're gonna like go on this side and that side and just like, you know, making everything like perfectly. But this one is like so much more simpler. You just go like, you just line here at the downer part and just define the edges perfectly. That's all you need to do with this one. Like it takes less than 2 minutes actually, because the other brows, they actually take like 5 minutes if I'm not wrong. So first of all, I'm just going to comb through my brows like properly. So the next thing you want to do is just fill them in. I'm going to show you guys a few extra steps if you have like more time. Otherwise you don't really have to do them, but you can do them if you want your brows to last like longer and stuff like that. Otherwise you just need to go through the basic steps and you're good to go for the day. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be taking the brow definer. You can use whatever you have, but I don't know why I really highly recommend this one, or the Anastasia one might be better, but these tips are so much more simpler. So what I want to do is just line my downer part very straight to the top, because I like my brows to look like V-shaped, not really the round ones, but whatever you prefer, whatever you like. So you're just going to first line the downer part. And one thing I want to tell you guys is that when you're doing your brows, you don't want to go overboard on the inner corner, because that will make your brows look more fake, honestly speaking. When you go overboard on the outer corner, that will look now more real and much better. Because if you go overboard on the inner part, it will look more shaped and more fake. Like, they won't look like your real brows, but if you do the inner corner a bit more lighter, it will look more real. Honestly speaking, this brow define has made my life so much more simpler. I find the brow powders, maybe other people prefer them, but I find the brow powders and the brow pencils a bit more harder to use. And I feel like this one gives the best results. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but trust me, you want to try it. So what I'm going to do is just go now on the top part and do the same as I did on the downer part. Just line the outer part actually. You just want to line it so that both of them can be even. Like, even if you have like a few gaps, like if your brows are not really filled in like mine, like really thick, you can just go through the gaps with the same procedure. And that's done. As you guys can see, the huge difference, I mean, than what it was before. So the next thing you want to do is just take any of your brow gels or whatever you got, whatever you use, whatever you prefer, just to set them in perfectly so that, you know, they don't mess up during the day. So I'm going to be using this brown brow gel of mine and just go through. So the next thing I'm going to do is conceal the downer brow bone and the upper brow bone. You need to do that, trust me. So I'm going to be using the Oriflame Very Me Cover Up Concealer. It's like this kind, so it's so much more simpler and so much more easier to use on your brows. So what I'm going to do is, I don't like coming from the inner corner, because then I don't want the highlighted look to start from the inner corner. I just want this brow bone, that's it. So I'm going to start from the middle here and just that, as you guys can see. And on the top, I just like going on the tip, like where my V is going. That's all. The next thing you want to do is just take your beauty blender. It can be damp or not even damp, it doesn't really make a difference. What you want to do is just take the tip of this, the tip side where you can do your concealer side. So what you're going to do is just blend in that part like properly. Same goes in the brow bone area. So this is just the simple way of doing it. Like, if you don't want anything more overboard, or just a simple way, the simple brow routine stops here. And the next thing, if you want to go a little bit more good and perfect, you can use a highlighter on the points where you concealed. So I'm going to be using this highlighter here I like using a cream highlighter for nighttime and a powder highlighter for daytime. So what I'm going to show you is that when I'm using the cream highlighter, I also go back in with the powder highlighter, and during the day I just go in with the powder highlighter. So I'm going to be showing you the technique of the cream highlighter and powder together, what I use at night. So I'm going to go in with this Barry M Body Shimmering Cream, and it's like a gold shade. It's like basically just a cream foam highlighter. You can use anything, by the way. So what I'm taking this Bobbi Brown pencil brush, and I'm just going to be taking a little bit. Actually, I have some on the top. Let me just use that one because I don't want to go like a lot. So I'm going to take a little bit and just go in where I concealed. Just on the areas where I concealed. This technique makes your highlighter last longer on your brow bone, and I've been using this for a long time, so this is kind of old. So I'm going to be doing the same thing on the other side. So I'm done with the cream highlighter, and now I'm going to go in with the powder highlighter just to set it in. I'm going to be using the same Bobbi Brown pencil brush, and I'm going to be using Revlon Starry Eyes in Crystal City. I'm going to take a bit from the ball area, like that's how it looks like, and just go on top of that just to set it in. I like using this technique when I'm going for like special occasions or something like that, so that it can make my highlighter last longer. Next thing what you want to do is just take like your damp beauty blender so that it can look natural and beautiful and come like from inner glow, you know. So what you want to do is just do this, and look at that. So the next thing what I want to show you is if you want your brows to last like really long, like more than 18 to 20 hours without coming off, like even after taking a shower, it doesn't really come off really easily. You can use something that you already have at home and is much more affordable than the other brow gels and brow setters and all that. So I'm going to show you this, but I don't really recommend this a lot, like to be used a lot, because it's something that would make your brows fall out, and we don't want that. So I'm just going to be showing you this because I use this like sometimes, not a lot, but sometimes, because sometimes I want my brows to last for like a day or so if I'm going for a sleepover or something like that, and it really works for me. So hopefully it works for you, but I really don't recommend you to use this every day. So what you're going to do is you're just going to take clear nail polish. This is clear nail polish, although it looks blue, but it's clear. So what you're going to do is just take a little bit of the polish. The slightest bit goes a long way, so please take very little, and what you're going to do is just brush it through. Brush it through, mostly on the outer parts, not really on the inners, but you can go a little bit on the inner just to make sure everything is... I'm telling you, you'll be thanking me for this. Like, this step is really good to make your brows last for more than 24 hours, and it's a really good step. And the only disadvantage and downside to it is that it kind of makes your brows fall out. So if you're like someone who has like very less brows and trying to grow your brows and all that, I don't really recommend this. But you have thick brows and you like go out a lot and want your brows to last longer without getting spoiled, then really good idea, trust me. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.